Hi and welcome to Retail's Revolutions with Victoria and Richard. And today we're talking about Wayout. What is Wayout, Richard?
They say that they can 3D print water to terraform the planet. It sounds too good to be true, I know, but it is true. And we're going to find out. We're going to deep dive into this, and we're going to actually ask one of the founders of this company, Wayout International, who is doing this. And it's actually a client of ours also, which I think I'm so proud to work with them. So we're going to deep dive into this. We're also going to discuss and think about what is happening with water. Water has gone from a commodity to something exclusive. Where are the commercial opportunities around that? Maybe not just commercial opportunities, maybe also other opportunities.
And also, is it fair to have water as a commercial opportunity?
Yeah.
Isn't that a basic human right?
Maybe we can discuss that also. And it's like super high tech. It's like a typical sort of Swedish engineering when it's at its best. And somehow this works, but we'll find out now when we call up Martin, who's actually in Nairobi right now, Africa, installing one of these machines. You say that you're terraforming the planet.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, actually, we say that we're re-terraforming the planet. I don't know if do you remember Biosphere 1 and Biosphere 2? Those were two kind of like domes in the middle of the desert where they tried to experiment with some astronauts and scientists to see whether we would be able to ever colonialize Mars. And then they talk about terraforming Mars because we've fucked up this place. Sorry for the French, but we kind of messed this place up to a level where we cannot live here anymore. It's not fit for human life. So now we're thinking about terraforming other celestial bodies because we're already thinking about leaving this place. And we're saying, hey, if we have the technology to do this to another planet, why don't we try it on ourselves first? We have to redo this place. We have to do it over and do it right.
Yeah.
We messed it up, but we can fix it. And we want to be part of that solution.
And it seems like it's actually happening. This thing, it's being built, it works, people are drinking water and, as we saw, beer also from this machine. But let's dream into the future. What kind of opportunities can we see that, with this new invention? What do you see, Victoria?
Initially, I was just struck by the ability to maybe live off grid. So imagine you don't have to have any kind of infrastructure, you don't have to have any kind of connection to a city. You just install this, and obviously like fire and water is the most important aspect of surviving in the wild. So now it is possible.
It's like a yoga hippie sort of utopian society.
So
is that what you're dreaming?
Yes, that's what I'm dreaming about. Living off grid in that kind of environment.
Sounds amazing. I'm just thinking, I hope that someone like you will get hold of this invention and not, what's he called, Max Scrooge. I mean, you know, Donald Duck's older uncle. No, it's like
his uncle of some sort.
It's unclear. Anyway.
Duck history.
I remember when I was a kid, I read an episode about Donald McScrooge, and he had invented some way of controlling air. So he charged for every breath of air that you took. I mean, this could be in the wrong hands. Someone, controlling water. That's a big business idea, I have to say.
Yeah, so that's why, in my personal opinion, I don't know if talking about water and the consumption of water, cleaning water, if that's a business idea or a human right that we should all just liberate for everyone to be able to enjoy for the greater good and not for some kind of financial gain for a very few people.
I hope that our client, Wayout International, will save the planet and get rich. On a digital oasis, you can place it anywhere because it's run on solar power. And it just it needs some kind of water that's not drinkable, that it can turn into drinkable water. I mean, imagine, what do you think there could be, what kind of businesses could emerge around this sort of digital oasis, you think, Victoria?
Well, as I understood it, most water in the world that's being carried from one place to another where water is scarce is done by women.
I mean, I'm a commercial guy. What kind do you think?
So you don't want to live off grid
Yeah,
and the women's revolution.
Yeah, no, but isn't there potentially a women's revolution around the corner when it comes also financially? Because to being liberated, you need to be able to decide for yourself. Could there be some opportunities around water for women here as well?
I'm sure that's a huge thing. I'm sure there's loads of possibilities there in terms of I don't know, wholesaling, reselling.
Yeah, they could
water.
They could buy water bulk, sell it to others because it's also pure water, so people don't get sick.
Sure.
One third sort of opportunity that you can think about, I sort of would like to call it the rise of the water sommeliers. And that's, now we're not talking about saving the planet, it's about water, that it has gone from a commodity to something super exclusive. And what's going to happen to consumers is they will start having, you know, preferences around water. It's going to be something that you don't just accept. Oh, like when you're in a restaurant, do you want to have sparkling water or still water? No, you're going to have preferences around it, and it's going to be water sommeliers, and it's going to be.
So instead of the wine list, you want the water list?
Yeah, the water list.
Okay.
But there's a problem there also, Victoria, or potentially a problem. I mean, if you look at 30, 20 years ago, a long time ago, water was it was high status to drink imported water. That was like...
Showing off with their Evian bottles.
Yeah, that was like non-sustainable. It could be in a heavy glass bottle, it could be a plastic. I mean, that wouldn't be okay today. But I know you told me when you're living in Dubai, you used...
No, I didn't use it.
No, someone else. Oh yes, of course, someone else did it.
No, but I remember that there was a lot of people used like spray bottles, like hairspray, but it was actually Evian water inside.
Evian Mist.
Evian Mist for the face. So when you were running outside doing a lot of sports and it was really hot and humid, you would spray yourself with this water. And I'm thinking that is a crazy thing that people could even do, that it was even manufactured.
So it's like imported.
Imported and then put in a bottle, in a can, and then you just sprayed it on yourself.
Maybe we should sort of sum up today's story that was about water, this amazing company, Wayout International, and the thing that's happening right now with water that's going from a commodity into something exclusive, something that you tell stories about.